Welcome to another episode of Hair Biz Radio with your host Zakiyrah and
Mikey.
And we are back with another Hair Biz Radio episode. Mikey, what is going on?
I've gotten my nice little Built Basics podcast done sponsors. Yes, I do that every freaking episode. I'm wearing my I'm going to the beach tomorrow shirt.
That is what that is giving. It looks like Daytona, maybe.
I don't go to Daytona. Nothing against everybody in Daytona. Not my spot. I'm not going to the beach tomorrow, by the way, but I just wanted to feel like it today because the weather in Atlanta has been fantastic.
It has been pretty good.
And
it's kind of raining today, though, but yeah.
I only have, I got a few trips coming up. I'm actually excited. So I'm going to somehow hair business vlog. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be in Vietnam and Cambodia working with manufacturers.
Yes.
So I want to definitely get some behind the scenes of that.
As you should.
Promise you next time I'm in China, which I don't have the date yet, I will be shooting a lot more video of that. I feel like I'm back in a place where I can shoot a lot more video other than just a podcast and some other stuff. So I'm excited about that. I like looking back at some of the stuff documented and, you know, we talked about in the other episode about the podcast and looking at the old videos, how we've come a long way.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
And sometimes you just need to look back at those videos and then tell yourself, wow, I came a long way. Yeah. It feels pretty good.
And it's a reminder too, because sometimes we get stuck in the dang, like I'm only here, I'm trying to get here. And it's like, remember where you came from.
Yeah. The day to day look at this year. I feel like this year was literally 2 days long. It's already over.
Yeah. This month flew by, and let alone the year flew by as well. So here we are in 2025 in 2 months, really like a month and a half.
Yeah. I mean, you got crazy holidays, couple holidays. It's over. It's done. We're done.
Yeah. Pretty much business. I know people kind of take breaks around the November, December timeframe, but I was just saying earlier today that during that December period where a lot of people are really kind of coming down off of work and everything and are just spending time with family, I'm going to use that time to really focus on the business and like dive into, setting up some emails for 2025 and like just pre-planning and doing everything beforehand. That way, when it gets really, really busy again in the real estate field, that I'm kind of not overwhelmed with trying to work in and on.
I get it, because some of the days that I get the most work done are like Christmas. If I'm not with my family, it's Christmas morning, right? Maybe it's afternoon. I work for 3 or 4 hours. Mm-hmm. Nobody's working. Yeah. So you're not getting emails. You have zero phone calls,
text messages, everything coming in.
So that is like creme de la creme time. I know people like, you need to relax. And look, I can relax when I'm 70 and watch TV. Until then, I'm getting it.
Yeah. I like to work sometimes too in the evening. Like there's times where I want to stick to a schedule and it's like I want to be off the computer by 6 o'clock. But then in those times where I'm in like really busy season, I'm like anytime after 7 p.m. I can actually focus. I don't have like ding, ding, ding. I don't have people calling, text messages, people needing stuff, paperwork having to be sent. It just is kind of calm time for me to really think and actually be able to get stuff done.
Have I ever told you my 1-2 combo for getting stuff done if I wanted to work late at night?
No.
Whew, it is though. Guys.
The 1-2 combo is crazy.
Get ready for the 1-2 combo. The 1-2 combo to get a lot of work done at night is you have 1 cup of coffee and 1 glass of tequila on the rocks.
Oh.
And you do a little sip here, little sip here. This one's keeping you up. This one's keeping you feeling good that you can continue to work late. Haven't done it recently because, you know, I haven't been drinking tequila as much lately. And
are you drinking anything or just not tequila?
I've been drinking Modelo for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tequila. I love tequila.
Has some wild nights on tequila.
Maybe a few. But tequila, as of recent, feels like poison in my body. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
It's probably because I'm getting older and things are changing.
Absolutely.
But it's got to be a special night because the next day I am literally, even without a lot, I am dying.
I'm at the age where and I'm not old, but it takes about a good 24 to 48 to recover from anything over 2 cocktails.
Yeah, it could be like a big night out is definitely a 3-day recovery period.
Yeah.
For me to be like square one, because the problem with tequila is, actually the real problem is I might not feel horrible the next day from like a hangover. It's when I drink it, I don't sleep.
Yes.
It raises my heart rate. I don't sleep. And then you don't sleep. The next day you feel like crap. And then it takes a couple of days to get out of my system. I mean, I'm going to the sauna. I'll wake up, walk 6 miles. I do everything to kind of hurry up the process.
And the
process is still taking its time.
Yeah. I haven't had like hard liquor probably this whole year, since
Really?
the beginning of the year. Yeah, I've had a couple glasses of wine like here or there, but no hard liquor. So the 1-2 combo for me doesn't work because I don't drink coffee and I don't drink tequila.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
But guys at home, try that 1-2 combo. Let me know how it is. And I'm going to be like, you're going to be like, dang, okay, it's pretty good.
That is hilarious. Okay. So getting into what we are discussing today, it is going to be the digital transformation in the hair industry. And I think that this applies to really across any industry, but specifically talking about the beauty industry today, mixed with a little bit of hair industry as well, because we have cosmetologists, but then we also have estheticians, makeup artists, and all the people who fall into these categories. So let's talk about the digital shift that is enhancing businesses all over right now. I think going into 2025, we are so advanced, like AI, I'm literally sitting here on AI as we speak, even before the episode, but AI is going insane. But outside of that, there are softwares, there are sites, and there are different tools and resources that we can utilize to enhance the business. I'll tap Mikey in, but the first one that I think is really, really good are how you can now book appointments, or not now because it's been this way for a while, but booking appointments online is so great. I think that more people should do it because it literally grinds my gears when I'm trying to book either like a makeup artist or a hairstylist or a braider, and I go to their Instagram or site and it's like text or call to book.
They don't have booking set up?
No, there's some that don't. And I'm like, I don't want to text or call to book. I want to go on the site because I'm busy and I just want to click on what you have available and I want to come in and get serviced. So I think that, this actually happened not too long ago, sometime this year for sure. And I think that we're in 2024, getting ready to go into we're going into 2025, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to go into 2025. And it's just important to have everything streamlined. It helps in business because you're not trying to keep up with, oh, dang, did I talk to this person, or when did I schedule this person? Or you could be in the middle of doing a hairstyle and someone calls you to book an appointment and you're like, okay, I'll write them down when I'm done. And now you have overlaps or you have irate customers because the service isn't like streamlined. So the first thing when it comes to digital tech or things that you can add into your business 2025, if you do not have a booking platform, please get it. Now,
I'm just like, I can't believe they don't have a booking. I don't know how they stay organized.
It drives me insane. And that time I just didn't book because I was like, I'm already overwhelmed. I'm trying to get stuff done. Like, I just need to be able to go on, book something, and keep it moving.
Yeah, I want to get involved in that.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So what is something else that you think?
I think pretty neat. It's getting better. It's not perfect yet. Is where even they've had it for a while with cosmetics and glasses, but being able to try on wigs and different hairstyles is something new that is becoming more common with websites. And I think that's pretty neat to be able to do so.
Yes.
Because then you can kind of try on different styles and see what you're going to look like. I think that's pretty cool. A lot of that's going to be AI generated, and it's going to get a lot better over time where the hair just looks a little more flowy, and it's going to still a lot of work to do on that. I don't think it's perfect yet.
Yeah.
But, I think that's going to be something that's helpful. I mean, I've been using AI to try to do a virtual photo shoot. So we have on private label, we have all these custom, like professionally colored wigs. For me to do a photo shoot to take this wig, it'd almost be like $1,000 a wig. And I have 15 styles. I'm not spending $15,000 right now to get photos of models wearing these photos.
Absolutely. Unless it's revenue generating, but you can't really.
$15,000, I'm going to have to sell a whole bunch of those wigs very fast to get that back.
Yeah.
So what I've been working on is like using AI to look at the hair and put it on a model, I'm getting close, guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Even the AI pictures that you did before, they looked really good.
They look really good.
Yeah. Another thing, you were talking about the virtual try on. I think that's next level. I haven't seen it with apparel just yet. I personally haven't, but I have with the eyeglasses.
Yeah.
And when I'm looking to purchase new glasses, it's game changer because I'm like, what do these look like? I have like a different kind of, you know how the shape of your face goes well with certain things. And so being able to try things on before you actually buy them virtually is game changer. Imagine being able to look at a wig online and you put a stocking cap on your head and you're sitting in front of the computer on the webcam and you can like put the wig on your head to see how it's going to look.
Maybe you don't even need to put a stocking cap. Like AI would be able to recognize
Maybe not.
where your hair is, and then just be able to overlay it. I think that would be pretty cool, it's out there a little bit right now. I don't think it's great.
Yeah. Another one is digital consultations. I do think that I've actually seen hairstylists do the in-person consults, and I don't know. I think that not a waste of time, but I think that we could be better utilizing the stylist and the client's time if there was maybe an app, and there probably is, where it's a digital version of, hey, you schedule the same way you schedule your appointment, you schedule your digital consultation, depending on if you're looking to get tape-ins or microlinks, a sew-in, color, all of those different things, where in the digital consultation you can actually see clearly kind of what color your hair is, what the texture of your hair is, and all of those different things. I think that a digital consultation would be really good. And some stylists don't even offer consultations, but I actually think that that's something really good to add into your services that you offer, because everyone isn't a good candidate for a sew-in or a quick weave or tape-ins or tape-ins or microlinks. Everyone is not a good candidate, and I think that it's important that you're educating your clients on what's good for their hair, what's not, based off of the type of hair that they actually have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say something and I had a little brain fart.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yes.
The marketing tools, I've noticed, we've been talking about this for a while, has definitely been integrating AI a lot more. So Klaviyo is doing something now, the email platform Klaviyo, very popular with Shopify, where they want to rebuild your reputation with Google and the other ISPs, internet service providers. So they are helping target different emails that you're going to be sending out to help build up your reputation. And it kind of has like a reputation score rebuilder. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. It's going to go to a lot less people, but you're going to get a lot more opens. If you get a lot more opens and more people interacting with your emails, then you can start feeding in some more of the people that haven't. And then you continue to build up this reputation. And all they're doing is using AI and the data of people opening, purchasing, clicking, and everything else related to email marketing. And I think it's pretty fantastic. These types of features are going to be next level for marketing. I mean, it's going to continue to happen. I mean, we've talked in a previous episode about if Klaviyo can say, send email to specific person based on the time they open often, and it uses all the data. I mean, we're talking a lot of crunching data here. But it would be so cool if I said, send this email tomorrow at the best time that you think the customer is going to open the email and purchase. And because AI can crunch all that data quickly, it can actually do that. That would be next level email marketing. I think Google, Microsoft, they're looking at investing in nuclear reactors now.
Yeah.
Just to keep up with the power of AI. It's going to be wild over the next few years.
Yeah, I think what I was going to say was just adding on to the consultations that people do. I know that a lot of makeup artists, they won't do consultations for like regular kind of just one-offs, but they'll do consultations like bridal consultations. And then there's like a digital version of walking you through an actual like mood board where you discuss and talk about all those different things. So I think that that's a really good kind of something that you can add to your business, whether you're an esthetician or a makeup artist or hairstylist, that will kind of give you that experience. It's part of an experience for sure. Another digital or tech, something that has developed now in the hair industry has been what?
I'll keep going. I thought she was going to say one. Look at me. So it continues to get better with your advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So Google has something where it's kind of like Google's just like, hey, put this Performance Max campaign together.
Yeah.
And it's just going to start mixing everything up and doing all these things for you. Facebook is now like, hey, just put all these things. They have AI that's going to say, okay, this is the title that you think your ad should have, but here's 5 more. Just click the button. And what they do is they start matching, different photos with different sayings and everything else. And they're trying to get you the best results, because the more sales that they can generate or leads they can generate, the more you're going to spend. Right. We just got out of the campaign for the presidential race. They were spent over $1 billion in a week.
And you know what? That $1 billion could have went to so many different things, but don't get me started.
I won't get her started, but I'll tell you what it also did is anyone advertising on social media was competing with these $1 billion budgets.
Yeah.
They're taking up all the inventory. So if that week or 2 weeks before the final election or final voting day didn't go well for you on Facebook, Instagram ads, revisit it now because all the inventory was bought up. They went crazy on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You can start, as AI starts getting into data, and that's what it's really good at right now. Everyone thinks like, oh, just AI is going to write me a blog post. No, like AI really for crunching data. So for marketers, you can start using it for really performance-based marketing based on true data and numbers. And really selling online is all about analyzing data. What's your best sellers? There's apps that can say that make the price go up and down, shipping price go up and down of products, shipping and all these things. And you might think that like $4 is your best shipping price, but just as many people pay $6. Wouldn't you just charge $6?
Yeah.
$2 extra shipment. Different things play around with pricing. There's a lot of different things out there now, applications that can help run this, and they analyze the data for you. Don't think you're going to sit there and start just crunching these numbers by yourself or running it through some sort of spreadsheet. Not going to happen. But learning how this stuff works, understanding that it's out there is a whole nother kind of topic of what's out there. But just start getting your feet wet with it a little bit, because it's not going away. It's only going to get better. And the marketers that use this first, use data, they will win.
Yeah. Another kind of digital thing is payment processing systems. I realize that a lot of people in the beauty industry, some only take cash. And I think that is insane.
And at private label, we don't even take cash anymore.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I was getting some clothes altered the other week, and I went back to pick them up and realized she did not take card, Zelle, Cash App, nothing. I had to go find an ATM and pull cash out. But I also realized that a lot of hairstylists, especially in these salon suites, like if you're going around, I see signs where it's like cash only. Or if you book and schedule, you're paying your deposit online, and then you have to bring cash for the remainder of your services. And I just think that in 2025, it's not sustainable. It's not, like, especially there's systems where you can pay your deposit online and then also charge that card, or they have the little square things or the PayPal processors as well that you can utilize, whether you're in a salon, in your house. Like, you can utilize those systems to actually take payments and not just do cash payments.
Yeah, Shopify even now has it so you can just tap the phone. So you can have Shopify set up and you can take payments on your phone. It's just tap. It's not even you need the little insert or
even Apple Pay or all those things.
I'm even surprised you had to go get cash like with a debit card. I don't even carry a debit card with me.
Really?
A debit card, when I even go to the bank to make a deposit, which is not often, they're like, oh, put your debit card in. I was like, no, here's my ID. I don't carry a debit card.
Yeah.
Some people at the bank know me, and some people that don't know me are like, why don't you carry a debit card? I was like, it's too risky. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, if my debit card's stolen or something and the money's missing from a charge or something, I need to get back from you guys. It could take a month.
Oh, yeah.
My Amex, immediate.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm not playing this game with you guys.
Amex doesn't play, because I've had a couple fraudulent charges on my Amex, and they're like very good about giving you the money back.
Absolutely. Actually, I have a funny off-topic cash story for you.
Mm.
So Mary Margaret and I were in New York, and she has this thing where she has like a jacket or these bags, and it's like we get these patches everywhere we travel, and she gets them sewn on. So she got this patch she wanted like sewn onto her bag or something. So we go to this seamstress place, and she's like, "Oh, okay," talking to the guy, people there real nice, okay, cool. Here's the stuff. The guy's like, we'll do it for you right now. 30 minutes. I was like, okay, cool. We're going to go to this nice little brunch place across the street. Come back. And the guy's like, okay, it's $10. I'm like, oh yeah, here's my card. And he's like, oh, we don't take cards. I'm like, what do you mean don't take cards? It's New York, freaking 2021. Right. He's like, oh, we just take cash. I'm thinking, I used to bring cash on me. I barely bring cash on me anymore.
What year was this?
This year.
Oh.
Earlier this year.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So
I got my little bag thing that I carry, and I go in my bag, and I said,
the Gucci one.
No, I don't carry a Gucci bag anymore. I go into my bag, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking around and I'm looking at the decor and some of the stuff in here. I knew they were Dominican, right? In Dominican, there's a big Dominican population in New York. And so $10 US is about 500 pesos. I had a 500 pesos bill, and I said, can I pay you with this? And the guy just looked at me like, what the hell? How's this guy have Dominican money and pay me? The whole team of people were all Dominican, all these guys. He starts going back, tapping them like, look at that guy. Look at that guy. He's, showing the money. He starts asking me about it. I was like, oh, yeah, Dominican. I'm down there all the time. Puerto Plata, Las Serenas, Samana, Santiago, places I go. And they're all just like blown away.
That's funny.
So occasionally having some cash on you can make a great lifelong story.
That is funny. So it was $10 in pesos. Yeah. Okay.
It worked out perfect.
Yeah.
They just were like, this is so random.
That was random.
Because they had like Sammy Sosa on the board. Like I could tell like the Dominican sports players and stuff. So I knew, I could hear them talking. I kind of knew. Okay. Yeah. So I kind of had I just wouldn't whip out Dominican like, pesos on. I didn't look to where I was pretty sure we're not, unless I was sure they're Dominican, but yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, if you can take money multiple ways, you'll probably get paid more.
Definitely. And not just having a cash option, because some people do prefer to pay cash. And I wonder how many people still walk around with like those envelopes where you budget out and then you have an envelope for like groceries, an envelope for like hair. They used to do that back in the day. And people talked about how it benefited them a lot when it came to financially, because they were able to kind of see what they were spending and sticking to the budgets that they set in place. So I do think that accepting cash is good. Some people don't accept cash, but I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people who operate that way with money in envelopes.
It's actually, a lot easier to manage your money if you don't take cash, though.
Yes, that is true too.
Because cash just has a way of spending itself.
Yeah, you just start spending cash. It's like, oh, here, I give this to this person, or I'm going to just run to the gas station and buy this. And by the time you know it, you don't have any more cash left. But like you said, digitally, you can keep a track of everything that came in. It's kind of easier if you put it through QuickBooks and you can see kind of what your income versus expenses were. It's a lot easier to just do digital.
The key is to make sure more money is coming in than going out.
Absolutely.
Just that simple.
That is the key. Yeah.
And if it is not the case, then you need to cut some stuff. You don't need Netflix. You don't need Hulu. You don't need all these miscellaneous subscriptions and all that. I gotta have it. Does your life depend on it? I don't think so.
Yeah, no. You talked a little bit about the ads, and I think you went into SEO too, but I think digitally getting very comfortable with digital marketing is going to be very important, because I know that before, word of mouth or grassroots kind of boots on the ground, going to all of these still work really well, but you have to, even if you're older, like I know a lot of older people aren't necessarily in on social media and email marketing and all of that. But it's going to be important that if you're starting the hair business and you're not really a digital person, then you want to either find someone who is, that can join your team and kind of work with you through the building process, getting a VA overseas or outsourcing, but it's going to be important that you're utilizing digital marketing for your business, because just passing out flyers is not going to cut it this time.
It's funny you say that. Did you know one of the first marketing things we did back in 2014 to start our hair business?
Flyers.
We had postcards printed. We went to South DeKalb Mall. It was handing out flyers. People were looking at me like I was nuts.
I can imagine.
They're like, wait, what's going on here? You know,
were you paid to do this?
Yeah, it was a little interesting, but a good experiment. Didn't yield much from that.
Right.
Because people don't like to be handed stuff anymore. It's
I'm going to be honest. When I'm handed stuff, I'm throwing it away.
Yeah, it's like, who's carrying this stuff around? Because
unless I look at it, and if it's something that I'm really like interested or could be interested in, I'll take a picture of it and then throw it away.
That's the thing is, I like people give me the paper business card. I was like, I'll take a photo and deal with it later. But for the most part, we're so used to not carrying that kind of paper stuff around. Like back in the day, people would carry business cards. They were used to it. Now we're not. So trying to give someone like a postcard, a business card, it's not going to work.
It's kind of like, I don't even want that in my purse. So it's important to really get into the digital marketing versus the paper marketing. And the paper marketing is good for one thing that you can do when you start your business, once you have a budget for it, is purchase those. They're kind of like postcards, but like the thank you letters that you put inside of your packages that has maybe like a 10% off code for the next purchase. I got something in the mail. I forgot what I ordered, but it was maybe like 2 days ago. And I went to look at the little postcard they had in there, and I was like, oh, they probably gave me a coupon for next time. And I looked at the postcard and there was no coupon on there, and I threw it away. And I was like, what was the point of this? Just to say thank you.
Dang, I don't know if I put coupons, in my Building a Brand series on my Hair Business Blueprint channel. So if you guys want to see me build a brand from scratch, hair business, you can check that out on Hair Business Blueprint YouTube channel. I don't remember if I put a card on there or not, but you just made me think of something for first-time orders or something, and having some physical postcards that are different based on the customer's order. It'd be a little bit more to manage that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how I could send alerts to the shipping team. Imagine like you got a postcard, but it said, thank you for your first order with us. Here's a coupon for your second.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you just had a coupon and a postcard every time they order,
then that would be, okay, that's fair.
It gets redundant, right?
This was my first time ordering from them, though.
First time. Imagine setting up that workflow using data to figure out how you can do that, and kind of, that's actually pretty, because we're really, like a private label, we're really looking to double down on our customer experience when they receive a package before it's been really plain, because our pricing is like really good. So we didn't want to invest too much in packaging, because at the end of the day, if you get something that's packaged nice, you're paying for that packaging.
Yeah.
They're
and
building
you're going to throw it away.
And you're going to throw it away for the most part. So I've been kind of conscious about that. But being unique in experience is going to be key. And now my brain is turning about this. So we might have another story for you in another episode of what I can pull off.
Yeah. Any other digital things that you want to add to?
I think just continue to learn. And this is like a, ongoing thing, is just continue to learn and figure out what's out there, and pay attention when you are making purchases, like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Paying attention to that in what you're purchasing, and seeing if there's any little things you can put into your into your business and brand, in that kind of experience. That's not really data driven, but it's still experience driven. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
And like you said, keeping up with the trends, and then also knowing that as the years go by, 2025, 2026, AI is literally taking over. A lot of stuff is digital, and what is going to help you streamline and manage and systematize your business is going to be utilizing digital resources and tools. So make sure that you do that. Also, like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as anywhere podcasts are playing. Leave us a comment. Make sure you download the podcast. Let us know. Email us. Let us know who you want to hear from, what topics you want to hear about. That way we can get on that. But we appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and listening to us, and we will be back with another episode soon.
We out.